Hey y'all, so I am back with another video, and this is the season 6 finale of Chasing Dallas. It has been quite a journey, but we are here at the end, and it was quite entertaining. I will say I love this cast now, and I really see potential in all of y'all. So if all of y'all came back for next season, I wouldn't be upset. Let me start off, before I get into the review, let me say this. I caught a little bit of the live that YB, shout out to YB, did with Chloe. Shout out to Chloe, and my name came up. And it wasn't anything bad, but it was mentioned that I can go a little bit too hard on y'all sometimes, and I'm a little bit too brutal. So for that, I'm sorry. I understand that I'm a reviewer, I'm a content creator, so y'all live y'all's truth and I speak my truth. And I was told that I shouldn't apologize, but I don't wish to offend anybody. I do want to be honest and I do want to be authentic so you could understand how I feel and potentially be helped and grow from what I'm saying. But I also don't want to offend or hurt anybody's feelings in the process. And in my quest to be animated and entertaining and to keep people essentially coming back to my channel to watch more videos, I probably have taken it too far a couple of times, and I'm sorry. So this review is going to be a little bit differently. I'm still going to speak my truth. I'm still going to say what I need to say, but I won't go too far. So this episode starts off with Zesty's lip gloss lunch, and I'm happy to see that the people who are chasing are finally presenting their chase, so now at the end of the season, we see the finished product. You've told us about the lip gloss, you've done the photo shoot, you've done the promo, and now we have the launch and it's finally out. Kudos to you. Now, what wasn't cool was the fact that Rachel was at Zesty's lip gloss event promoting her lip gloss. And I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how it... Okay, you said you was going to... I feel like some people don't have the capacity of intelligence to know when the right time to do what is. That wasn't the right time. I would have mentioned it like, oh girl, I can't wait to do my lunch. I'm going, I'm gonna take some things from you and But to pull out your lip gloss and start promoting it and, when we're here for somebody else's product and it's the same product is a little bit insensitive. But honestly, and this is not me being shady, but me being real, coming from you, Rachel, I'm not surprised because based off of the duration of this season, you've been pretty much insensitive, especially toward Lamont's girlfriend. Like, I understand, like I was telling YB last night, I understand if y'all were together and then he briefly moved on for the moment and you're like, you know what, I'm not giving up. That's my man, my man, my man. That I would understand, but y'all have no emotional ties. He's with somebody else and you like, I played my role, I know my part. There is no role for you to play. There is no part for you to play. This man is in a committed relationship with somebody else. Anybody he chooses to bring inside of his bedroom or do anything with, it's just for that moment in time. Y'all are not a couple. Y'all have no substantiation. Y'all have no title. It is just whatever that transaction was, Jet Jeff performs. He did pretty good, I think he did his Move in Silence song, and I'm not going to lie, it gave the same thing it gave the first time we heard it at the beginning of the season. I couldn't really make out what was being said. I think the video was playing in the background. The singer was like, I don't know. You work the stage, baby. So even when you're not singing, you are still being seen. It's just the two of y'all on stage. Ain't no dancers, ain't no band. Move. And when you sing and perform to the people, I don't understand why y'all standing in y'all are performing like Summer Walker, and I don't understand why. I get the nerves. I get the anxiety because I deal with the same thing. And that's half the reason why I put out all these albums and I don't perform because I don't want to be. But at the same time, if I ever decide I am going to touch that stage, I'm going to touch every inch of that stage. I'm going to leave it all there. What's the point of doing it? And the words of one of my songs, I think it was Dear John Letter on my Leo album. If you didn't come to win, what you come for? If you did not come to win, what did you come for? So when you hit that stage, you better hit it like that's your only opportunity to prove that you want this shit as bad as you say you do. Every time. Hit it. Not Zesty. Donnie may be looking awkward as hell on stage, but he give it all he got. And even he know he got work to do. Now, Zesty, speaking of Zesty, Zesty's words came back to bite him in the ass, quite frankly. Zesty was called outside, called to the carpet, and everybody was just like calling him out on the last situation with him and Blanche, but it kind of spiraled into like, well, you've been doing this the whole season, and we really just want to know why you a problematic ass bitch. And he was like, I stand 10 toes down on these pretty toes. Okay, girl, like you beat one person's ass. You are not the Incredible Hulk. So if I were you, I would simmer down and realize that at some point, even if you can whoop everybody's ass outside, what's stopping you from taking accountability and realizing you a fucked up individual for the shit you've been doing? You don't need to be bullied into that. You don't need to be forced into that. You don't need nobody to whoop your ass for you to get it. Wake up and realize what you are doing and how you are treating people. And do it fast. And I'm telling you from experience, do it fast because life will catch up with you and you will have to pay for all of your sins. You will. And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. You're going to have to sit in it. You're going to have to walk through it and you're going to have to learn from it. Period. So, baby, I suggest you start planting good seeds now. I suggest you start doing your good deeds now. I suggest you start changing your reality and being a good person now. Chase positivity. Chase accountability. Chase minding your own goddamn business. Because even though that's your friend, everything don't need to be said. And that's just the truth. Now, I took it light on you and I just gave you advice, but Chloe felt differently. Chloe dipped into her bag of tricks. She reached down in her purse and she pulled out a silly string and wore your ass the fuck out. Now, Chloe, when you do such a thing, you have to expect a retaliation of some sort. So while you was still standing there chilling like you was just waiting on the bus, was killing me. Like you was just waiting on an Uber. Like you was just waiting on your delivery to pop up from DoorDash. Like you was just waiting on your man to come and pick you up from the valet. Like I don't understand why you was standing there so comfortably after you had done something like this. Like wasn't shit gonna happen back to you? The man had a drink in his face. After he cleared the shit out of his eyes so he can see clearly, he doused your ass. And now you are dripping. And you ain't really giving much. You like, okay, girl, whatever it is, what it is, it is what it is. Girl, I'll whoop your ass out. No, ma'am. Because me personally, if I do something like that, knowing that melee may ensue after, I'm spraying you with a silly string and I'm coming after because I already know what's coming on. So let me go ahead and get my licks in now and go ahead and get this party started. But I know you didn't think you was going to spray that silly string and it was just going to be a great rest of the night. At his event, girl, no, ma'am. And then Robert went off on Zesty. Like, okay, let me just say this. Even though y'all gave what y'all gave the entire season, y'all gave more in this episode than pretty much the entire season. The first scene alone was like, what, 15 minutes long? Y'all had so much going on. I'm just like, well, where was this energy when we had the dry, like, filler episodes and the filler scenes? Like, whatever. It was a good episode. It was a good scene. It was a good season. But it just made me think, like, where was this energy the whole season? Jet, Jeff, and Donnie. So Jet, Jeff, and Donnie meet outside and they're talking about their whole situation, trying to hash everything out. And apparently, Donnie recruited somebody to fight Jet, Jeff. It was somebody that Jet had worked with in the past, and I guess the financials or the business didn't go the way they wanted it to go. So they told Donnie, and Donnie was like, oh, well, shit, I got a beef with Jet. You got a beef with Jet, so how about you show up when I show up, and we can double team him. Only it did not work out that way at all. And the recruiter that was supposed to fight Jet Jeff reneged and was like, he told me to die. He told me to die. And just gave up Donnie, like, in no time. Now, with all that going on, that happened. What else happened? They started talking about his bodyguards, which, again, I talked about this last episode. Like, you got all these people fighting for you. And I'm not necessarily saying you are asking these people to fight for you. But the fact is, they're doing it on your behalf. And the one person that he trying to get to, he never can because you just too demure and too classy and too cutesy to fight. I get that. If you don't want to fight, whatever. But again, you still owe him some sort of recompense. And I'm guessing that this was it, this conversation that y'all had. So y'all talked about that. Then y'all talked about a versus battle. And Jet was like, I'll only do it if I'm paid. And Donnie was like, well, how much do you want? Period, hard stop. I'm not going to pay anybody to go against me. Now, if we're both getting paid, that's one thing. It could be a Chasing Dallas spinoff or a Chasing Dallas special, where they do a versus battle. That would be great. And then y'all could, put y'all cash apps in the description and y'all can get money that way. But to pay, girl, you working a show for free, but you want to do a versus battle. That's probably gonna be on the same platform, if not chasing just YouTube, and you want to be paid for it. I just think you was trying to be uppity and Donnie took the bait. I don't know. I would love a versus battle, but I'm just going to tell you, with me loving Jet Jeff, I still got to tell the truth. You a damn fool if you pay that man, Donnie. You a damn fool. But let me tell you who wasn't a damn fool. That fucking window washer in the backhoe. When I tell you that man didn't wash a lip, I think he took a rag at some point and wiped it, but he did not wash now a piece of that window. Everything that was on that window when they started the scene was still on the window when the scene ended. He fumbled with this. He fumbled with that. He moved over here. He moved over there. He got a stick. He got a rag. He just wanted to hear what the fuck was going on and he wanted to be on the camera. That was it. And Daddy accomplished his mission. Now, I heard that there was some energy between him and another cast member, or him and a cast member outside of the filming. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna point no blames because that's not my place to say. I just got the tea. And I want to tell you that Daddy probably was out there for a reason, but that's as far as I'm taking it. Lamont and Mother. So Lamont and Mother sit down and talk. I forgot what they was talking. It just was weird to me because I would never see these two hanging out. So the fact that they filmed the scene together, I was just like, But I don't know if it's because of the whole situation with Rachel and that his business is getting out or what, but it seems like Lamont now hates everybody. Like, he was just, these bitches. I'm like, what the hell? And then I forgot who he was talking about. But he was like, they both big. I'm like, what, where is all this smoke coming from for these people? You have been all but invisible the entire season. Every really poignant scene you had was a solo scene. When you was doing your calendar and you was talking to your girl and you was cutting hair for Tedley. Or lack thereof. And you really didn't do much. You really didn't give much. You really didn't say much. You really didn't bring much. So what beef would you possibly have with the cast, or what beef would the cast possibly have with you for you to feel this way about them, about all of them? It's safe to say you shouldn't be coming back. And if you do, I'm not going to understand why, because you don't like nobody here. And you didn't bring nothing. So I don't know what return on investment you got from being on the show. You probably got a couple more followers because you're a cute man, but outside of that, did anybody buy your fragrance that was just watching the show and just found out about you? Did anybody buy the calendar that we don't even know if it's out? Did anybody fly or drive to Dallas to get a haircut from you? How did your business, how did your brand grow from being on this show? We know you exist, and that's about it. We don't really know much else about you, nor do we really care. And I don't think it's because we genuinely don't care about you. You didn't give us much to keep us interested. I told you this a while ago. A cute face can only take you so far. Where's your charisma? Where's your spark? Where's your spirit? Where's your character? Where is the energy? Otherwise, you're just an IG model who just a cute face. You're India Love. Donnie. So Donnie performs for God because nobody else was in the room. Y'all tried to do a tight shot when y'all spent around to Kelly to show how she was jamming, but it's a telltale sign when everybody involved in the scene is right there on the stage. Like, the stage is here, they were right here. They're not sitting down in their seats with their drinks in the air saying, bitch, get it, get it, get it. They're right there in the front. And there was nobody there. When they panned around, when Donnie came off the stage to hug Kelly, and he panned around, there was nobody in that room. Found out later that it was like an open mic night. Okay, cool. But even then, I would be promoting my ass off to get people to come. Like, I understand you're new to the city, but you were a go-go dancer. You don't have any friends outside of this show? You could have asked your family to come and ask them to bring people so we could at least have 15, 20 people in the room. It was nobody there. But I will say this on a positive note. This is how you build up your stamina, and this is how you become the performer you want to be. Every stage that's available to you, you hit it, and you only get better with time. Every time you hit that stage, you need to be better than before. And every time you hit that stage, you'll be more comfortable than you was before. That fear is going to go and go. You'll still probably get the butterflies. You'll still probably get the nerves. But the fear and the anxiety of being on stage and that just, oh, I'm on the spotlight, everybody's watching me, it's going to go down and down and down and down. But you have to keep doing it. Practice makes perfect. So shout out to you for not being intimidated by the size of the crowd, but still coming to do what you came to do. Lamont. So we back to Lamont, and now he is having his Poster Boy fragrance launch. I don't know. The bottle looks generic. I would have wanted a little bit more from the bottle. And YB was like, how do we know it's just not some Temu fragrance that he just used and duplicated, you know? Either way, you know, I would love to smell it to see what it smells like. I love fragrances. But because I don't know what it smells like, I'm not willing to just buy it. Because what if I get it and I don't like it and I just wasted my money? And how much is that? You never said. And for you to be like, if you just want a bottle, DM me, it's so unprofessional. It's so unprofessional. Even if you just have an IG that's dedicated to Poster Boy that separates you from the actual product, that would work. You could do a Wix website and that's free. And you could, you know, sell your products on there, or you could do emails or anything like that. But to just be like, send me a DM, that's so indirect. That's so, that's just unprofessional. And I think if you want to take your business seriously and you want people to take your business seriously, you have to present it like it's YSL, like it's Tom Ford, like it's like it's Dolce & Gabbana, like it's one of those high brands. You have to, so a man thinketh, so is he. So you have to put yourself on that platform before you even get there. Even if it's a free website, it's a website. Even if it's an Instagram, it's a website, because it's a platform and a hub and a landing strip for people to, you know, explore all things Poster Boy, you know? While we're there, Mother has had it with Zesty. She has had it. And she kind of gives Zesty a piece of her mind. But Blanche wants to defend, because obviously they're good Judy, so Blanche wants to defend. And Lamont was like, okay, I see what you defended, but what about this post? So since you want to defend Zesty, let's see if Zesty gonna defend you. And so Lamont put Blanche on the spot and was like, what about this repost? Now, remember when I told you there was a post that said, you know, Mexicans are niggas too? I thought it was a post from his party. No, it was a repost. So he saw it on Instagram and then he reposted it, and then everybody went into melee. And he tried to defend it away. He tried to explain it away. And Jeff, okay. I got to give you your 10s because, mama, you saw an opportunity and you took it, but it was so obvious. You were like, I want y'all to know that we all think for ourselves. I don't need anybody to think for me. We are 3 individuals that just happen to be friends. I don't need them to fight for me. I don't need them to do shit for me. We have our own 3 lives. We have our own 3 worlds going on, and that is what it is. And the moment they started trying to hold Blanche to the fire, Jeff saw a perfect opportunity to prove his point and drive it home. Mama said, I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand, you got to be considerate, because they like, and was trying to like hold him accountable in real time right after she said, I will hold him accountable if I have to. It could have been genuine, and you could have genuinely just been having a moment with Blanche to tell her that wasn't right. It just seemed too convenient. Like you had just said that it ain't what y'all thinking. I will hold them accountable when I have to. And as soon as a opportunity presented itself, you jumped right in. That was less than 5 minutes later. So it seemed too opportunistic, but it could have been genuine. I'm just not sure. And then we have Jeff's video. Jeff's video was styled by Mother and Glenn. I don't understand why people be needing more than one stylist. I'm one person. That's it. But I do also get, like, if Mother specializes in one thing in one lane of fashion, and Glenn specializes in another thing in another lane of fashion, and you want multiple looks and multiple variations of yourself in the video, then it would be wise to choose people who have different eyes for fashion, so that way you can give totally different looks. So if that was your goal, mission accomplished. I would love to see the video. I don't know if it's out yet. It should be, because you are a top tier girl and you handle your business. So it should be out by now. I will go check it out if it is. But yeah, that was the video. Then the last scene of the season. Before I get into the last scene of the season, y'all know I don't like endings. I hate endings. I don't know. I just get real sad when things end. But this ending made me feel good. You know, I felt relatively proud of everybody, you know. But they always want to play like that sad, not sad, but like that emotional melodic music as the season is ending. Like, this season was great and I'm going to be back. And it just, oh, I don't know why I'm about to cry now. It just, I don't know. You just, as a parent, you feel a multitude of things. As a parent, you feel proud. Like, I watched y'all from when y'all first came, and this is the end of the season, and y'all have made it this far. And then also, it's just like, I may not ever see y'all again. You know, like, if y'all choose to move on, or if y'all choose to do whatever, I don't know. This is a really emotional time for me, so it's really not chasing that's making me like this. It's just whatever. So we get to the Freaknik party. Rachel is crushing on Lamont very hard. I feel like that is very, very, very disrespectful to his girlfriend. You know he is in a situation and you are openly saying, my man, my man, my. Not only do you know he's in a situation, you know he is the ex of your gay husband, Robert. And still you are my man, my man, my man. I've known my part, I play my role. And then you get your dumb ass, and I told y'all I was going to pull back, but it is what it is. You get your dumb ass in the confessional, and you say, what's explained ain't gotta be explained. Rachel, the phrase is, what's understood don't have to be explained. We have an understanding, so we don't need to explain it. What you said is, we've already explained it, so we don't need to explain it. Well, of course you don't need to explain it because you've already explained it. Like, these girls here, like for the last time of the season, slow down, because you moving way too fast. Why y'all up here and y'all living right here? It's all right to be humble. The show is called Chasing Dallas. Not I already made it, Dallas. Not I'm that bitch, Dallas. Not top tier girls, Dallas. It's chasing. I believe that the initial mission of chasing whatever between Kevon and now Ondario. Well, between Kevon and Ondario, and now just Ondario, has always been to showcase and spotlight LGBT individuals on their way to their reality, on their way to their goals, on their way to their dreams, the journey, the destination, the vision, the plan, the process. So when y'all come in, I'm already there. Then why are you on chasing? You've already chased by the time we met you. So slow down and give us reality so you can really be authentic and we can really connect with you. Then, moving on, Jet Jeff was supposedly hosting this Freaknik party, and he was like, we have a special guest. He just kept talking about the special guest. Special guest was Trey Howard. I love me some Trey Howard, and I was so happy to see Trey Howard and James. Shout out to y'all. I am so proud of y'all and the work that y'all are doing in fashion. Like, it's just beautiful to see because I was there for the journey, you know? But outside of seeing his beautiful face and James's beautiful face and seeing their beautiful outfits and just having a sense of nostalgia seeing an old cast member again, what was the reason for him being there? Trey really said less than 10 words. He didn't really say much at all. And all he did in the scene was have an interaction with Donnie because Donnie had a beef with him for a comment that Trey said defending Jet. Outside of that, there was really no purpose for Trey to be there. And speaking of not being there, supposedly Blanche and Zesty decided that they didn't want to show up because they kept propositioning Trey Howard to book them for libations or, food or for catering. And when he didn't take them up on that, they felt offended and got mad at him and said, well, we're not coming at all. Okay. This is why I say slow down. Y'all moving way too fast, baby. If y'all gotta play tit for tat and hold a grudge against somebody because they didn't book you, bitch, obviously the coins are coming in like you think they are, like you saying they are, because you hurting for money, obviously. Anyway, Lamont goes on. This is the end of the episode. Lamont basically goes on to say he's not in an open relationship. Lies. Whether or not you are dating the external person, bringing somebody into your relationship, even if it's just to have sex for the night, is having an open relationship. You are opening your relationship up to other people. That's what an open relationship is. You're with her, so it's supposed to be you and her. Having sex, you and her. Going on dates, you and her. Flirting, you and her. Sharing nudes, you and her, doing all the things that couples do. The moment you bring a third party into that, you have opened your relationship to other people. And I'm pretty sure it ain't just one person, because you already said she ain't really with guys coming in. And I'm guessing because you okay with bringing girls in, and you've had a situation with Rachel that was far beyond what you said it was, and I called you out on the last review. Yeah, you have an open relationship. And I don't know much about Peaches to say whether or not she's okay with it. She said she was. She seemed okay, but I did see a little bit of apprehension. I don't think this is something that she is comfortable with, but I think she's okay with it. And I think it all boils down to her having you. She doesn't want to lose you, and if your requirement is I want to fuck you and other people, she has to be okay with that if she wants to keep you. I think it's about aesthetics and how it looks, and maybe our relationship is beautiful. I don't know. But that is what the episode gave me. Shout out to everybody that was a part of this cast. Whether you gave a little or a lot, you gave, and your presence was noticed and appreciated. Cannot wait until the reunion. And until next time, I will see you soon. I love you all. Same place, same time.